मेरे साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट गुरु मार्क मोबियस हैं. How do you see the India story? Why do you think that today, while other developed economies are struggling, India remains a success story and India remains one of the fastest growing economy in the world?
There are a number of reasons, of course, but first of all, it's a young population. India has the youngest population in the world. It's got 1 billion people, and it's a country that is on the growth trajectory. We're now in a situation with a very good leadership under Mr. Modi, where the economy is absorbing the intelligence and the technology that will help the country grow at a very rapid rate.
Right. So you think that it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership which is driving this economic growth story?
Exactly, because his emphasis on technology, digitization of the economy has been very successful and will continue to be very successful.
What are the big challenges now you see before India's economy? Because there are still challenges that India faces in terms of creating more employment opportunities, bringing more investment in the economy.
Of course, the big challenges are the speed at which the government can put forward the technology initiatives that Modi has. As you know, India has many states, and they're different, and they're growing at different rates. So the challenge will be how to bring these states together to grow at a faster rate than they're now growing.
Right. And one last question is about making India a global manufacturing hub.
Yes.
Now we know that India today is world's largest mobile manufacturer. Which are the other sectors where you think India has the potential to grow?
The big potential for India will be in semiconductors. That's where India will excel in the future. As you know, right now it's China, it's the US, it's Taiwan, but in the future India will become a leader in semiconductor technology. And that's where Indian technology will drive ahead of the rest of the world.
Right. And one last question is about the culture where more and more Indians actually look forward to the stock market. There was a question at time that very few Indians have exposure to the stock market. How can this improve?
Well, the young people have to be very careful and not go into derivatives to the degree that they have gone in. Young people should now be investing in good stocks with good solid balance sheets and a good growth story, but not to get involved with derivatives.
With derivatives?
Yeah, they're too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
Yes.
So your advice, your general advice for an average Indian investor, how can they actually build up growth capital?
The best way to do it is to invest in good solid stocks with good balance sheets and good growth, of course, and just sit on those stocks. Don't trade in and out, but take a long view.
Take a long view. That means you need to invest for a longer period.
Exactly.
And you have to invest in good stocks. So the next question will be, how do we identify what is a good stock and which is not a good stock?
Well, the best thing is to look at the balance sheet, of course. How much in debt do they have? How much cash do they have? Secondly, what is the growth, earnings per share growth? But these fundamental questions sometimes is very difficult for the individual investor. So if they don't have the time or the expertise, the best thing is to invest in a good fund, a fund that has good management, an ETF. If you just buy the Indian ETF, that's good enough because you're going to be participating in the growth of the market.
Right, and this will help them build up
Exactly, and if
the
you do
assets
that,
they want.
do that on a steady basis, every month put a little bit in, and you'll do very well.
And they also have to be wary of, there are millions of investment gurus who have cropped up and they're giving advices. The government is worried at times.
You'll be very careful. Make your own decision.
Make your own decisions. But you listen to everyone, but make your own decision.
Make your decision.
And last question is on regulation. Do you think that this is also a sector where, to protect the rights and interests of an average investor, there need to be better and more tough regulation?
Exactly. They need the regulator, SEBI, has been doing a good job. I noticed that SEBI now is moving to look carefully at the derivatives market, and that's important because it could be a dangerous situation for the market if the derivatives get out of control. So I think SEBI is doing a good job as regulating.
Thank you very much for talking
Thank you.
to NDTV.
Thank you. All the best.
दिल्ली से सुशील राठी के साथ हिमांशु शेखर, NDTV इंडिया.